Hello, welcome to Uncle Al's Barbecue. Today I'm going to be cooking some baby back ribs from start to finish. So let's get down to it. I've already washed them under cold water, patted them dry with some paper towels, and now we're going to try and see if we can get rid of this little skin membrane back here. I usually go between second, third rib, and as you can see, there's a little cut in here. And that's just kind of the way they came. So it looks like I may have a little battle today with trying to get that skin off. So let's just deal with what we got to deal with so we can get these things seasoned up and get them on that smoker. So trying to get underneath there. Get underneath just to get it started. There we go. All right, so let's get us a piece of paper towel. Let's see if we can just, we're probably going to end up doing this in a few pieces today, but trying to get it to come across and peel out. And that's where that slice is going to make it separate right there. So we already knew that from the get-go. And you know, that's just the way it is when you barbecue and do these things. Some days you pull it off in one piece, and some days you pull it off and it may be 10 pieces. But the bottom line is, eventually you get it all pulled off. So I got a little bit up here still. Yeah. Alright. Another piece of paper towel here. Alrighty. This one's going to give me a little bit of a pain in the butt today. Kind of seems that way. If I wasn't doing this video, it would have came right off. One piece. No problems. Already would have had them seasoned up. But since I'm doing this video, I'm going to run into a little bit of problems here. It's kind of like the way it seems it goes sometimes, but okay, got that membrane all off of there. Off of here. Okay, so let's trim up just a little bit just to clean it up some. And alright, we're looking pretty good right here. So that wasn't that bad, was it? Nah, wasn't that bad. Let's go ahead and wash our hands. Alrighty, now today's binder is going to be a little bit different. I think I've showed this before, but I want to show it again. I'm going to do a Lee & Perrin binder, and this stuff actually works pretty good. Okay, and you don't need very much of it. It's just to help your rub stick. Alright. So today's rub is going to be a little bit of salt, a little bit of coarse black pepper. Now I'm not doing a whole lot on the back side here. There's really no reason to. And I'll do some of this Memphis rub, just a little dusting on there. Alrighty, and that's all I'm going to do on that side. Now we'll flip this side over, and you're going to see that. I'm going to go ahead and leave this fat on here, because fat is flavor, and we're cooking at home today. And these are just basically going to be ribs for me, myself, and I today. So do that. a little bit of pepper, and let me get some of my binder back on here. Alrighty, just a little light binder on there. Alright, back to my pepper. You know, each day when you cook, for me, is a different type of mood. Some days I feel like I want some pepper. Some days I don't feel like I want some pepper. Some days I want them hot. Some days I want them sweet. So, you know, I'm going to kind of just, I'm going to put a light little bark on here. Not nothing over the top, but just enough to get that seasoning in there. And we're going back to the big dog, Malcolm. I mean, got to give the man his dues, don't you? This stuff just works really good on these baby backs. And that's it. That's it. I'll go ahead and just press on it real lightly there. And get it on the edges. And that's pretty much for my seasoning right there. So you see me pull the membrane off. See me season them all up. And I'm about to go ahead and step on outside and get that wood fire smoker rocking and rolling. And today I'm going to be starting out with charcoal base, hickory, and then after that we're just going to roll oak. Pretty much oak all day long. And my spray bottle, I'm going to go 50-50 water, apple juice, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. I mean, I'm talking a tablespoon. And that'll be it. I'll just spray it every hour. And then we'll get to the wrap. But I'm going to do something different today, folks. I'm going to wrap these ribs in butcher paper. Just like they do with the brisket. Everybody else wraps them in foil. We all seen that. I'm going to try the butcher paper today and see how that works. So, one last time. Always wash your hands when dealing with food. Make sure they're clean. And we're about to go outside and get that wood fired up. All right, we've been out here a few hours. Let's update the smoker. Okay. Low, slow smoke. That's good, that's good. Where you at? About 250? Let's check out these ribs. Oh yeah, they're coming along just fine. Just fine. I spray them with a little bit of apple juice cider and water mixture. Let's come on out here and spray them on down. I guess about maybe 45 minutes or so. The wood will go down. I'm running it real low, so got to keep on it. I'll tell you what, though, we are really getting a good looking rib, and you know, I think I'm just going to finish it off on the smoker today. I know I mentioned butcher paper earlier, but I think I'm just going to do it just flat out, do the whole thing right here from start to finish. Let's see how that turns out. And yes, got a couple chicken on here and a piece of fish. Back to them ribs. Yep, no sauce on there. That's just the seasonings from earlier. Getting a slow pull on them bones. Man, that's looking good. All right, we're going to let her keep rolling. Check it in another hour. All right, we're out here looking at these things again. They are sweating up just fine. Look at that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spritz them up a little bit with the apple juice water, vinegar. He's been on here about 4.5 hours. So nope, we're going big boy barbecue today. You know what big boys do when they barbecue? They don't wrap them. They don't wrap them. We're going straight up. They call this dry, I guess. I don't know. I'm still going to spritz them, mop them. They are peeling up, looking pretty good. Low and slow. Shoot, these might be another couple more hours on here, but man, there's a spot right there. Yeah. So that's it. I did spin them around. This end was over here, so I turned them, and that's it. Low and slow, running about 225. Yep, looking good, looking good. All right, we pulled these ribs off of that smoker, and I'm gonna sit here and let these bad boys rest for a little bit. No wrap, pure smoke method. I'm gonna let them rest for about, I guess about 30 minutes. And there we are. This is a straight up smoker, no 3-2-1 method. A little spritz in that apple juice water mixture on there. Ran off of charcoal, used a heat source. And basically the whole thing has been on oak today with a little bit of apple wood chips in between to reignite the fire when it went down. You know, a couple times it went down. I got interrupted and had to do a few things. So yeah, these are these are looking good. I guess they call that the dry method, the Memphis mop method, but I did the spray bottle method. You seen what I did, so we'll come back out here in about half hour, cut them open, and let's eat them. What do you think? I mean, this is just on that char griller smoker. There we go. Not electric smoker, folks. Not the pellet grill. Okay, not the plug-in one. This was on an offset smoker using charcoal and wood. And I ran oak and some apple chips. In case I didn't mention that, I'll mention it one more time, even if I did. So you know what I did. So this is about as close as you can get to cooking barbecue or getting barbecue in a pit. Now, don't get me wrong. I like them offset plug-in smokers that are pellet grills. I had a Pit Boss. I wore it out. So now I decided I'm going to just step it up, see what I can do. And so far, so good. I tell you, you're not going to get a rib like this on no pellet grill. You are not. There's no way you will get a rib like this on the pellet grill because charcoal was the fuel and oak chunks were the main source. As a matter of fact, I got a hookup now from one of the barbecue places, and I'm gonna see if I can actually get me some pecan logs for my wood in the future here, and I'm gonna cut them up and put them in the storage bin and just go off of pecan logs that'll fit my little smoker out back. So there we are. We'll be back here in a little bit, and we'll cut them open, and I'll tell you how they taste. Hit it. Okay, folks, these ribs have been put away, and I did put them in the oven. I let them cool on down, like I said. I reheated them, and let's just look at some texture here. Let's look at some texture. Look at these ribs. I mean, we're talking straight up, pretty much just look at that bone pulling out. Straight up, pure smoker, no 3-2-1 wrap, no pellet grill, none of that stuff. Nothing against that, but it makes it so much easier. But I did do this. When I put them in the oven to cool them down, I did start the oven up to get them to warm back up again. And then I'm ready to serve. Okay? And I ran that at 250 degrees in the oven. These are no sauce. This is dry. So let's get in here and cut this bad boy. Let's cut this rib. And let's see what we got. All right. Here we are. Straight up off the smoker. Right? No 3-2-1 method. None of that. I put it in the oven. Like I said, to let it cool down. Look at this rib right here. Are you seeing the texture of these ribs? Are you seeing this? Now this right here. Right now, I guarantee you. This right here is barbecue places that sell ribs, where you go buy a rib in your favorite barbecue place. This is what those ribs look like right here. The texture, no 3-2-1 method. Okay, now 3-2-1 method, we all talk about that. To me, it is good, but it's a crutch, because that means you don't burn your meat up. I smoke these on the smoker. You seen it all? I put them on here. I never wrapped them. I never put them in foil. I put them in the oven. I spritzed them up. All right. And when they cooled back down, I added some more of my seasoning. Well, not my seasoning, Mr. Big Malcolm there. And that's it. So this is restaurant quality competition. Man, that is a good. Look at that. Okay. I'll tell you what. Oh man, when you do a dry rib, which this is called a dry rib, those spices and that rub are predominant. I mean, man, they slap you right in the face. Oh man, you taste every bit of this texture right there on the bone. Hey man, I did it today. That's what I talked about. We talked about 3-2-1 method. We talked about other methods. I got a new method that I thought of today. I'm going to try it later. But all I got to say is this is straight up on an offset smoker, charcoal and wood. I pulled them off. I sprayed them down. You watched me do it. I put them in the oven. I let them cool down. I reheated them at 250 degrees. I brought them back up to temperature. Got the juices out. And here we are. I mean, this rib's hot. Man. So, thank you for barbecuing with me today. I mean, man. There we go. That is barbecue restaurant quality at home.